Okay, you caught me adjusting my camera. All right, where are we? Hey, so hello everybody. Here I am again, just like I said I would be. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about Google and we'll talk about why some of these things matter and why they're important. When you think about when you go to buy something, you'll think about, maybe something will come under your radar. I don't care what it is. It can be computer equipment, it can be your a salon. Maybe I saw you on Instagram or I saw you someplace. First thing I'm going to do the minute any service comes under my purview is I am going to see the thing I want. I'm then going to go and search for it, and I'm going to type in the business name, see what Professor Google has to say to me. Then I'm going to check out reviews and I'm going to see what everybody else has to say about that service or that sale. And then and only then do I actually go and buy it. I don't know how many people, I'm sure that all of you guys already have Google My Business. If you don't, you really do need to take advantage of that. I was showing a funny story. I went and I was talking to a client of mine about how she should sign up for Google and how easy it was to do and the benefits and blah, blah, blah. And we did it. I was showing her right there in the salon and typing in her name. I didn't realize because I was doing it that I was actually registering her salon under my name. Don't you know? All of a sudden, I start getting these emails. So many people have looked at have viewed your page. This many people viewed your page. Do you know how many people have viewed her page? I've corrected it since. 3,200 people search. She came up with 3,200 searches. She is a salon in a small town and doesn't have Google My Business, but she came up. A lot of people popped on looking for that. And so another instance will be I have a salon of mine that I work with, of mine that I work with, that when we got her up and running on her Google, she had, by the time I had seen her, like even like talk to her like a following week later, she had gotten 3 clients from Google My Business. So I think that it is really important that we take advantage of some of the easier tools that we've got. Now, Google can do a couple of things for you, and I'm just going to give you a couple of tips on things that you might do to either promote your Google site or create your Google site if you haven't. For those of you who do have it, I think that there are some things that you can do to maximize that. Everything on social media is not always the best. You want to certainly be there where your customers are, but I would suggest to you that not all your customers are on Instagram. What happens is you want to create them as customers, then they'll maybe go follow you on Instagram, but they might not discover you on Instagram. Most people will type in salons near me, salons near me. And before I start working with any client at all, the very first thing that I do is I go salons in Washington, salons in Edson, wherever, and I see who is showing up, because if you're not in the top 3, you really don't exist. But you'll also notice that the top 3 are not always the biggest salon. There are people who have paid attention to it. Quick note, those of you who don't have a website, build a website right on Google. The SEO is amazing because it's Google, right? And so you really will become, um, it's a great way to elevate your particular salon because it is their platform. Google is connected to YouTube. Google and Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook, Instagram world, they're not connected. They're opposition. They're like competitors, if you will. So you're not always dumping all of your eggs into the social media basket. And so it works completely different. I went on Google one day. I was looking for a resource for myself to do with the things that coaches do. And James Wedmore was who I was looking for. Every article I read after that, his ad actually showed up right in the page that I'm reading. So I'll scroll down. It's not even his page. I'm scrolling down, I'm looking at other stuff, and boom, there's James again in my face. I'm like, seriously, dude. And then I'll scroll and look around a few more, and boom, there he was in my face again. So when you place an ad on Google, it works on a completely different type of algorithm period than social media does. It is its own animal. And the difference between Google and Facebook is when you are present on Google, you are getting people who are specifically looking for a salon. So I'll type in salons near me, and I'll see my top 3. Now, if you've got an ad running, and you can get ads really cheaply. I'm not suggesting. I think that what people do wrong with their ads is they try to promote a service. I say use inexpensive ad forms that just give you presence, because it takes people 7 times of seeing you or hearing about you before they are even remotely interested in you. So you want to just like be in their face, like James showing up all over every page I looked at. By the way, I do business with James. Funny how that worked, isn't it? Anyway, so um, when you are using Google, the Google platform, and you build out the website on there, and it's almost more like a landing page. Don't think about it. I talked a little bit when I was talking about websites yesterday. I talked about the difference between like a landing page and a web page. A landing page has a call to action. It wants you to do something. A web page is purely informational. So, well, we want it to have activity, but it doesn't. And so I would suggest then that you actually do utilize it, even if you've got a web page. So when you so I want you to think about Google in a way, in a new way, because people on Google are looking for you. People on Facebook and Instagram, they stumble on you. Anyway, so as far as your whole social track goes, then from Google, then I go to Facebook and I Google into your Facebook page. Facebook page. I promise you I do it. For those of you only using Instagram, I have a hard time finding you guys. If I don't know what handle you're using or whatever, it's a lot easier. So I don't even rent my Airbnbs out. If I can't find you on Facebook, you ain't staying in my place. You're just not, don't know who you are, can't see you. So do make a page. And a page, again, strictly informational, doesn't have a lot of calls to action. I think they're just borderline useless myself personally, but still you got to have that sort of presence there. And then from there, they're going to go into Instagram. So those of you who have got Facebook pages, make sure that your Instagram is connected. It is always shocking to me how many of you, because so many of you are on Instagram and you predominantly use Instagram, that you don't even have a button for me to find you. I've been trying to follow the people that are in my group, and honestly, it's work to find your handle. I'm just saying. Yeah. So tip 3 is definitely use your ads. So that's all I've got for you today. I encourage you to get involved with it more. There is a coach in here, Michelle Makovich. It's really her jam. It is absolutely a real strength for her. So if anybody wants to kind of work on those types of things, I highly recommend that you contact her. I'm going to let you guys go. I am going to talk a little bit later. I'm going to pop back on. I'm going to talk about a few of the people who are in this group that might be great resources for you, such as Tracy. Have a great night, you guys. And I'm going to pop in tomorrow and talk about, I don't remember, but I will pop in tomorrow and give you a few thoughts on reputation and connection. Because if you build these things, all the things that I'm talking about all week, you'll notice are all about reputation and connection. Attract, connect. If you can do that right, all of the other stuff you'll have a need for it. So talk to you soon. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.